Creation versus evolution. Which one is true? My theory, my answer is both. Now, alright, don't, disregard how I look or whatever. I just got off work, but I've been thinking about this fairly, mostly all day, and I wanted to just get started with this video before I forgot it, or before, it consumed my mind all day thinking about it. But basically, there's a lot of course, the biggest debate is, in the world always, whatever. The biggest debate is, where do we come from? How are we here? Are we products of science and evolution, where one thing, evolved into many different things, and y'all know how evolution works. The weakest one died off, the best traits kept living, boom, 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 now we got humans? Or is there overall bigger picture? Is there ultimate creator, somebody that placed us here in the image of themselves? So this is going to be a completely non-biased video, non-biased opinion. There's going to be multiple parts of the video. I might have a whole playlist, but for right now, this is just going to be my, the ground rules, baseline for my theory, my iceberg, whatever you want to call it. If you want more, if you want me to elaborate more on my thought process or the facts, whatever, just comment down below. And depending on how many views this video gets, I'm not going to keep making long, intricate, descriptive videos whenever you just getting, 10 views. But yeah, basically, I'm not an atheist. I want to say I don't know what I am. I'm not a Christian. I am. I fully believe that Jesus is, our Lord and Savior, fully, boom. But I don't believe in the traditional Christianity, fully in the Bible, all that, all the nonsensical shit. I call myself a logical Christian. That's what I made. This is my own theory. I think I'm in my own. I don't know what religion I'm in. I might be in my own, but. I call myself a logical Christian. I call this the logical God theory. And yeah, creation versus evolution. This is my answer. Sorry for the long, drawn out, unnecessary intro. This is not scripted, so I'm just rambling. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to keep everything concise and as structured as possible. And I'm also not a YouTuber. I have a lot of great thoughts in my head and nobody to tell them to. So now the 4 people who are gonna find this video are gonna now understand, my theory of how the world works. But basically, the outline of everything is the logical God theory consists of, people say the Big Bang is the reason we are here. Some people say creation is the reason we're here. I think that the answer is both, because God created both. See, listen, he gave us free will to choose and think whatever we would like to, the free will to discover information, to do with that information what we please. So I feel the people that are not going to follow him and believe in him, he's still going to give you something to believe in. There can't just be no answer. There has to be an answer. So he gave you that answer by making everything a timeline. You see, now, God has been here forever and always. We tend to think of it as, just a 20th, 21st century creation. Like, God hasn't always been here. He's been here before the universe. He created the universe. Because what was here before the universe, we can't imagine that. We can't. Like, what is nothing? What is nothing? You don't know. Nobody knows what nothing really is. Whenever we think of nothing, we tend to think of black. I'm kind of getting off track, so let me reel it back in. But he's not just gonna snap his finger one day, boom, heaven, earth, humanity. That's just the story in the Bible to make. The Bible is a story so normal people can understand the history of the world and what happened. People take it so literally and are so blinded by faith that it irritates my soul. That's why I don't say I'm a Christian, because I'm logical. I use my head. I know half of the 90% of the shit in there are stories that might have actually happened, but they're said in exaggerated ways to where it makes it more entertaining, and the people of the time that it was written in relate to it. It's not written for us now. It was written for Aramaic people thousands of years ago. We're not gonna see it the same way. But in the beginning, God did create heavens, earth, all that. He also created every single star in every galaxy. He created every planet. Created everything. Everything. And it just so happens he had to make everything make sense and align. He's a sensical being, obviously the most knowledgeable ever. The most, is all almighty, all power, all knowing. He knows that we're gonna want answers, and not everybody is gonna believe in him. So in order for you to believe in science, the science has to make sense. And it's on it's on you to discover that science that puts your beliefs together. And you've done a very good job of that. I keep saying you. I said it wouldn't be a biased video. I'm trying to have it not a biased video. I hope y'all see how it's not, because I don't align myself with the traditional Christian thought process and beliefs. I know that a quarter of the books were either completely destroyed, taken out of the Bible, changed to say certain things, banned for saying other things. I know that the translations are not wrong, but some of them are. Some of them have words added. There's just a lot that I don't really agree with. I don't agree with the only path to heaven, you gotta get baptized, all that shit. I don't know. So I said I'll make other videos to further explain my theory and my logic and my thinking process of the world. But that's basically, all the science adds up because God makes it add up. You can't live in a world where nothing makes sense. He's not dumb. So of course everything's gonna make sense by scientific standards, because it was meant to be that way. If it's free will, it's not going to be no free will if the only one ending answer is God. It's not free will. There is an ultimate ending answer. The alternate ending answer is science is real, but that alternate ending answer will not land you in heaven. It will not land you in the place of paradise. But that is your truth. That is true because that's your truth, because that's what you choose to believe in. You will only know that God is true once you fully believe that God is true. Once science is your God and you are biased towards science, then that's all that's going to happen. In science, whenever you die, you're gone. In religion, whenever you die, you meet heaven. You meet God in the afterlife up in heaven. So both are true. It's just what your truth is reality, because there's so much evidence for the scientific part to be real, and there's equal amount of evidence for the religious part to be real. And people might say, well, God isn't real because there's been multiple gods before there was God, and blah blah, all this other things. Kind of, but no. They just had different names. There was multiple religions, multiple cultures that had a one God, a monotheistic God system that portrays all the same qualities and characteristics as our gods as Christians or Jews or Muslims, whatever, because we all share the same God. Because there is only one God. But they even knew. Just because they have a different name, whether you call him Aten, you call him Yahweh, whether you call him, whether you reference his wife Ashura, which I'll make a whole nother video about that. Well, no matter what you call God, that's still God. So that argument that there used to be multiple gods isn't really valid, because of course people are going to believe multiple different things. He might just present himself to a certain group of people in a different way. And then we as Christians construed it to make it seem like it's a different God, but he just might be the same person through different religions. Like I said, I kind of started rambling. I tend to do that if you watch my videos, but I think I've explained my theory well enough. Yeah, the logical God theory. God is logical. God is smart. God does what makes sense. It doesn't make sense to have there be no answer besides believe in me because I said so. No, it's fair. If there's free will, there's going to be free knowledge and freedom to learn and believe whatever you want to. So he's going to give you something to believe in, and what he gave you was science. So that's why the science is true, because yes, it is true. But it's true because that's how God planned it. The science is true because God created that timeline. He created all the chemicals, all the reactions. He created every little atom and knew what would happen. That's why there's only one recorded planet that hosts this abundance of life, or life in general, because God specifically constructed this planet to have these certain chemicals. It's not just by chance. If you believe in science, then you have to believe that there's aliens, right? Because out of the billions of planets, we happen to be the only ones with life, at that intelligent life. Now this is like the Fermi paradox. Like, where are all the aliens at if science is true and there's more planets like ours? Until we get visited by another alien, then it's not true. And our planet was specifically crafted and designed with these specific chemicals to be this far away from the Earth, like from the sun, to have this gravitational pull, this tilt of the axis, which helps us smoothly change seasons. Like, everything was specifically designed to not just be a chance, because the chances are just astronomical that life, no matter just life, but this advanced of a life, like yeah, it's crazy. Like, this, it can't just be just by chance. Atoms can't just go from, well, they can, but not without help. Not without help. You can't just get atoms and just combine them together. Boom, now you have a fish. How? God. That's the only explanation that makes sense. So science does make sense, but science doesn't make sense without the help of another force. So both are true. Yeah, that's my overall answer. Both is true. Science or evolution? I mean, creation or evolution? Creation. Evo-creation. Because both are the answer. The answer is both. Evolution or creation? Yes. Like, this, I don't know how to answer it. If you believe in evolution, you are 100% correct. If you believe in creation, you are 100% correct. Something had to create the original compounds and creatures for evolution to happen. And you can't just go from, oh, the earth boom forms, now we have people that can make spaceships. That doesn't make sense. Everything has to make sense in the time and universe. Not everything has to, but everything has an explanation. So the explanation, of course, is going to be, I'm just going to give a little nudge, put these chemicals in here, boom. Now, yeah, snap of a finger, everything starts going into motion. Yeah, that's my theory. I'm not saying any of this is true. I'm not saying this is right. This is part one of a very long iceberg. And yes, I did create it, so if there's any inconsistencies, it's not like I draw this out. Like, I didn't sit there and write this iceberg. No, it's just my daily beliefs that I'm pulling out of midair while I'm making this video. not pulling out of midair, but I'm trying to put things in a, a good timeline for you guys and to explain this without too much confusion. But I feel this video is already long as hell, and most of y'all already probably clicked off, so I'm just wasting my time. So I might make a part 2 depending on how this video goes. Yeah. Thank you for watching.